Good times. Remember, this is an act of greater magic, which boils down to a blood sacrifice. And that usually doesn't come up. You just hear about what comes afterwards and what comes before with the lights in the sky. You also need to appreciate that before this event is rolled out on a schedule, if I'm not mistaken, our masters are also going to shut off the grid by design. They're going to claim that it's something else, China or something like that, or the Russians. But it's an inside job. These things are all inside jobs. Pearl Harbor, 9/11, etc., etc. COVID. Inside jobs. And acts of greater magic, blood sacrifices. Something that may coincide with this event, the one I'm talking about before, the one that I'm about to highlight. Talk about shutting off the grid and making people go through 7 to 9 months without energy and water. And how many people do you think might make it? How many people do you think might die? But coinciding with that, it may kick off with a nuclear attack on a major city, likely on the coast of, quote, quote, the States, America. The corporation of the District of Columbia, if you will, the bottom of the trilateral city-states. That might just kick it off. And to cause absolute fucking chaos, you'll hear about that on the news, and then all the fucking electricity is going to go out. And people are going to fucking freak out. And this is going to happen, if I'm not mistaken, long before, or at least before, who knows who the fuck that is. Quit calling me, I don't want to talk to you. This may happen prior to, and most likely prior to, any test tube aliens, lights in the sky, and again, a systematic firebombing of major cities. And then it's going to be dressed up, again, once the power's on, as aliens. There are bad aliens and good aliens, and apparently these bad aliens are blowing up the cities and putting the lights in the sky. Oh no. Oh no. You've only been told this is horseshit your entire life. You should totally believe this and repeat it and do what we want and come together as one. Haha. And this is what this puppet's talking about. So I say it's both telling and a shame that people are so stupid they need to... Fuck off, noises. They need to hear this from a Hollywood puppet. Chances are you're superficial. Why the fuck does it keep beeping? I don't care. Alright. Jim is a Hollywood puppet. Major cities will be destroyed. All the stuff I've already rattled off for the most part. People will die when the lights in the sky and the test tube aliens crop up. Remember, Jim is working right now as controlled opposition. I'm talking about Jim Brewer. And these people, these Hollywood puppets, they're under contract until they die. Many of them right now are working as controlled opposition. Many of them. I just watched the John Cusack thing where... this is happening again and again and again these days, where these Hollywood puppets are being touted as rebels, as if they were speaking out against the very thing they're under contract to, and it's quite the opposite, but most people aren't thinking in terms of that. There are themes that our masters roll out, but most people probably aren't paying attention here. Listen to Jim, this shit's funny, but it's also spot on to a degree.
Wait till you see the fake alien invasion that these animals have. And if you think it's that far out, think about this. Would you have think they were been able to lock down the entire planet over the so-called whatever you want to define it as? And get everyone to stick that in you. Do you think that would have been possible 15, 20 years ago if you really heard about it? So now you crushed businesses. You've psychologically taken people out of their own element. I still get on airplanes. We went to Hawaii, right? And we land in LA, and I noticed LA, New York, these are the places where the strongest person is supposed to be. Just the opposite. You still have people masking themselves and putting the mask on their children. On their 2-3-year-old kids, and they got them. And I have such a hard time. I don't judge anymore. I do have a hard time once in a while rolling my eyes. Well, I am judging. Who am I talking about? I'm judging them. As soon as I see them, I'm like, oh my God. But The great distraction is going to be the alien invasion, and it's called Project Bluebeam. And so they basically make, and you've seen where they're doing this in, I don't know if it's in Asia or whatever, where it makes it looks like the whales are swimming in the stadium, and people like, whoa, and dragons, and like, I hologram. Yeah, holograms. You go to Disney, and I forgot what, I don't know if it was Lilo and Stitch. Before it was that, they had this, it was the alien. So you would go, it was in Magic Kingdom, and what's it? I'm even going to go past that. You ever see a 3D movie, and the 3D movie, and the snake will like come right to your face, and it looks like it's right there, or a shark is swimming by you? They're basically going to roll in because you're starting to see aliens more and more now. Oh, the government has just released that aliens exist. Spacecraft. And now you're starting to see YouTube and TikTok videos of these flying saucers. Like, what is that? What's going on? This is the new world fear. And what is it? What it's going to do is going to put all you to scare the living shit out of you. And then what it does is it opens up, all bets are off. Borders don't exist. Governments don't exist.
United Nations has to do it all.
It's a full-blown chaos. We're all one now. We're all one. How do you get the whole world to act as one? Well, aliens. Wait till you see the fake.
As always, what the fuck do I know? I'm trying to help folks. But most people are turning to celebrity puppets for the answers. Still, if you don't believe me on that note, you don't, because you haven't looked into things and you're you're basing things on belief to begin with. The Sound of Freedom. How many people are sucking Mel Gibson's dick and Jim Cavell's dick? And it's absurd. It's absurd. It's just as good as there's another dude who's he's technically a Bible thumper, even though he says he's not a Christian, and I've been having it out with him. But he's not willing to think for himself or look up anything I'm willing to point out that contradicts what he's shopping around, because he's shopping around atomism, quantum physics, space horse shit, the heliocentric model, by and large, globe theory propaganda. And he instantly just rattles off that, someone's going to be flat earth, team flat earth, because what he's saying has to be right. And if somebody contradicts it, they're team flat earth. I'm far from team flat earth. Both of those models are both propaganda campaigns. They're paradigms put in place so people don't think for themselves. I've been saying this for a very long time. But most people want to buy into one of these two because they're trained to think in terms of football games, blue versus red, Hegelian dialectic, conquer and divide. Again, they're choosing sides, which is what people are doing with these celebrity puppets. And in terms of my poor example with this, technically he's a Bible thumper, but he also thinks, CERN is cool and space is cool. He's putting his faith in other celebrity puppets like Michio Kaku or Carl Sagan, boy band versions of quote-unquote horseshit science. Not replicable evidence-based research that yields the same answer again and again, but a faith-based system of science is real. Trust the science. Fucking horseshit. Because superficial people repeat superficial things, and society is, by definition, materialistic and superficial. But people haven't figured that out, or what that really relates to. What the fuck do I know? Well, I just posted something having to do with acts of greater magic, which are blood sacrifices, and that just might be the post that was instantly flagged. It's hard to tell because there's a little thumbnail right there, but I can't click on it. Naturally, I disagree with it because I'm not posting anything that goes against community standards and any of that other horse shit, but I am constantly fucking harassed. Where's the option? It's not that I don't understand. The above information doesn't help. I've seen this on TikTok. And they do move these. The harsh thing is at the top right now. It wasn't the other day. There it is. My video did not violate the community guidelines. Absolutely did not. I've been clicking that a lot lately, and they've been telling me to go fuck myself and not reinstating the video for the most part. Yeah. They're also moving these options, which means I'm programming the AI, among other things. Testing the humans. Not unlike Pokemon Go. You and I are doing this in a number of ways, and most people aren't aware of it. I haven't heard anybody bring it up. It's curious. Just the same. Fuck these patently fascist tactics. Fuck this horse shit. It's more than enough proof that our masters moderate these platforms, all social engineering platforms. There isn't one honest, grassroots, mom and pop, widespread social engineering platform, because if it was, then it would truly be social media, not a social engineering platform. Food for thought. Let's see if it is this one. Go back. This thing's slow. Really slow. Yep. So what's discussed in there is the coming power outage, a nuclear attack on a U.S. coast, and Project Bluebeam stuff where real-life people will die and cities will be destroyed, which will unite people under the one world government banner, crudely speaking. And it wasn't on here for a second. It was flagged out of the gates. Imagine that. Let's see if they reinstate it. I also have some of these where they have flagged them, and I'm still waiting to hear back. So what they may be doing is burning time. How should I put it? Most people don't scroll back anyway. They're waiting for the latest and greatest content. So if they wait long enough to reinstate it, most people won't see it anyway. Especially based on the dismal turnout anyhow with what I leave online. But as always, what the fuck do I know? Survey says, I think they rejected it. Yep, they claim it Fuck me. This is horse shit. Big surprise though. Oh look, I got a new strike. Maybe it wasn't for that? Is the one at the top, isn't it? Is it out of order? These are the same fucking things. Well, let's check something else. Today is August 6th. No, today is August 5th. But it says I got it on August 6th, so their server must also be hours ahead. And that's a different post that they flagged. Entirely. Or no, maybe I'm wrong. No, it is the same one. I lied. I'm trying to figure it out based on their crappy little image. That's fucking insane. That's fucking insane. And again, the world's absolutely mad. Well, I guess I'll throw this on YouTube. Because, yeah, fuck me running. Oh, it says harassment and bullying. Personal information. Okay. Well, you can watch it on YouTube and you decide.